escalated. Any meaningful change to your Salesforce data is what we mean by an event notification. So I'm going to start by navigating into the Act on It Lightning app, as I have done already here, clicking on the Message Automation tab and clicking New to begin creating a new notification. Use Act on It's lightweight notification builder. And as discussed, we're going to focus today on the event notification type. So I'm going to click Event Notification and give our notification a name. So this is going to be the Big Deal Alert use case. Notify the manager when their sales rep closes a large deal. Which type of records we're interested in tracking today? We can choose from any of the available objects here, and your admin can extend this to include any custom objects and any new objects that aren't natively supported by the application very easily. So there's more videos and content on that, so please do check out our knowledge base. But for us, we're going to focus on opportunities today because we want to notify the manager when a high value deal is closed. So we'll go next. Now we're asked who we like to notify. By default, it's assuming that I want the notification, which is fine if that were true, but this is one that I want to make dynamic. So I'm going to click Add or Remove. And we'll be presented with a list of all the users of the application that we can copy in to receive this notification. We can target particular queues, we can target particular people based on their role as well, and their public group membership. But for us, we want to notify a user that's related to the record. So we'll click on the Related Users tab and we'll be presented with a list of fields of users that are linked to the opportunity, such as the owner, the person who created it, and we can travel up to a related record. So I'm going to travel up to the owner record and I'm going to find the manager, because that's who we want to notify in this scenario. So I'll click that and I'll leave myself in there for now, just as an example. And then I go next, and we're asked, when would you like to notify your chosen recipients? And it says when opportunities are created, updated, or both. For us, it's going to be updated. And a change is made to the following fields. So I can choose a number of fields here, but we're only interested in changes to the stage because it's the stage moving to closed one. And if I leave it there, we're going to be triggering a notification of every stage change, which is not correct. So we need to add additional conditions and criteria. So I'm going to select the Manage Conditions button, and that's going to open up the conditions console. That's going to allow me to filter and isolate the event that we're interested in. So this is a bit like applying filters in a report to isolate the records you want to focus on. So I'm going to say where the stage is set to closed one, and I'll confirm that. We also only want to be notified of high value deals. This is a big deal alert. So whatever that means for your organization, for this organization, we're going to consider 50,000 being a high value deal. So when an amount is greater than 50,000, that's good enough for us. And I'll click confirm. I'm then going to click next, and we are on the step where we're starting to choose, we can choose our big deal alert if we've already created it. So this is for what would we like to send. So this is where we choose or create a message type. So I'm going to create a new message type to show you what that is. So we can see that it's the configuration for the underlying alert message. So we can control the content, the design, and the actions available. So let's go through these steps quickly. Hi user, one of your sales reps has landed a big deal. You can adjust that as you need to, of course. And we can see as I type that message, that's the core message that appears here. We can also add additional details that you can see appearing here for additional direction. We can add some additional help text as well that can appear via hover if we want to give them some guidance on why they've received this, for example, and various other settings, but I'm going to skip those for now. They are covered in other videos, so do check out our knowledge base as well. Then I can choose a icon that's relevant for this use case and recognizable for our users. So the opportunity icon actually makes sense for this scenario, so I'm going to leave it as that. I'm then going to choose the settings that are available. So I'm going to give this user, the recipient, the ability to close the message, which we can see here. I'm going to let them snooze it if they like to for 60 minutes. I can configure that setting as much as I need. I can give them additional information at a glance. So if I click and add the amount, they'll be able to see what the amount of that deal was. I can also include the name of the opportunity via the hover menu as well. and various other information that we want to, which will appear when they hover over the action, as we can see here. I'm also going to let them click through to the record because no doubt they'll want to review that. And I'm going to give them the option to manage their preferences. Do they want an email? Do they want a mobile push notification? Do they want to pop up and fire confetti or a subtle highlight? How do they want to get notified? They'll be able to drive that there. We're not going to give this user the ability to opt out though. We'll leave that unticked for now. Then it's about applying our actions. So what actions do we want to apply here? I'm not really, there's not many actions. It's not really a call to action. It's more of a piece of information. But if you've got, maybe you're assigned a new task or assigned a new opportunity, you might have various actions that you want to take. So your admin can configure these pre-built, tailored, templated actions that can be plugged into any message related to opportunities or leads or cases, and they can be applied here. So we're choosing all sorts of natively supported actions here, and I'll confirm those. And then we'll go to the final step, which is the delivery. So how do we want this to be delivered? Do we want it to pop up? I'm going to say yes. Do we want it to fire a toast message? Yep, let's have that as well. So let's do a nice green one because it's such good news. I'm also going to have it fire confetti because it's a celebration. We've won a big deal. That's great. So we'll have a confetti there as well. Maybe it's email notification because managers are not always in Salesforce as well. So that'd be useful, and likewise mobile push notification for the same reason. Great, that looks good to me, so I'll save that. And the final, before I move on, I can actually adjust our message and actually merge details directly into this core message as well if I want to here. So I can choose, let's just take the name, for example. Let's take the name, add merge, and then now the name has been applied to the end of the message, which we'll see. So if we select our test record and then fire a test message, we'll see that in action. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Okay, that looks good. So that's our test message. Looks good. So if I go to the next step, all we need to do now is review our logic. So is this correct? Actonit will send this message to myself and the owner of the manager of the opportunity owner when opportunities are updated and a change is made to the stage field, provided that the stage is set to close 1 and the amount is greater than 50,000. That looks good to me. So I'm going to click yes and save message automation there. Great. And that's it. Now our message automation has been created. We can see all the details here and quickly navigate and make adjustments on the left-hand side as needed without having to go through the full guided setup. And if we quickly jump to see it in action then. So I'm going to go to our opportunity. I'm going to find a new opportunity. I'll go for this one here. Check that is a high value deal. Oh, let's add one to that. So it meets the criteria. And I'm going to mark it as closed 1 and save. And if our automation is correct, we should see our notification come through. And there it is. Hi James, one of your sales reps has landed a big deal, and we've got the opportunity name pasted into there. We can see I've got all of the actions that we've configured available to me now, and I can click through to see the details of the opportunity. So the last thing I'd like to mention here is if I double click this icon as an admin, I can actually see the underlying alert message as well. And I can see that this message has been traced back to our automation. So we've got this is a record of our message being delivered, who it was delivered to, when they received it, did they interact with it. It's all trackable and reportable. We have a link back to the automation that we've just configured there to make adjustments as we need to as well. At any time, we can activate and deactivate this notification and make any adjustments as needed. So hopefully that's been helpful. If you have any questions or you need any support from us in building one of these yourself, please do reach out to us at help@AAAapps.com and we'll gladly support you. Thank you very much for watching.